Welcome to this in-depth guide on Bot Builder. In this video, we'll walk you through everything you need to know about this powerful tool that will revolutionize how you build and manage intelligent, automated customer interactions. Whether you're new to bots or looking to enhance your existing systems, this guide will equip you with the knowledge to start creating sophisticated, personalized workflows for your business, without needing to write a single line of code. Let's begin by exploring the standout features and benefits of this innovative tool. The Bot Builder comes with several key features that make it an indispensable tool for businesses. First, it offers conversational AI and multilingual support, enabling intelligent, personalized conversations across multiple languages. This ensures bots can engage effectively with a global audience. Next, the tool provides seamless omni-channel deployment, allowing bots and flows to function across various platforms, be it web, mobile, or messaging apps, ensuring a consistent experience everywhere. Its drag-and-drop builder simplifies bot creation with a code-free interface, making it easy to design complex interactions without technical expertise. Additionally, it supports dynamic conditional logic flows, enabling tailored workflows based on user inputs for more relevant and personalized interactions. Finally, the customizable responses and data capture feature allows you to design unique bot replies, capture user preferences, and trigger relevant actions, ensuring a highly personalized user experience. Now that you know about Bot Builder, let's move on to the process flow for building customer journeys. This process ensures that you can create and deploy your bot step by step with ease. The first step is create intents, which forms the foundation of your bot's understanding of user queries. Intents represent the specific actions or topics the bot can handle. You can add intents individually via the intent management tool, which is ideal for smaller bots or unique cases. Alternatively, follow a bulk update process. To do this, export the intent file, add or modify intents in a CSV file, and re-import the updated sheet into the system. This approach is highly efficient, especially for scaling large datasets. The next step is add synonyms, which enhances the bot's language capabilities. Synonyms allow the bot to understand alternative phrasings and dialects, making it adaptable for diverse audiences. You can add synonyms manually, customizing the language experience. Or use the bulk update process by exporting the entity file. The third step is FAQ utters, where you define the bot's responses to commonly asked questions. These responses can include text, buttons, images, and other interactive elements. You can manually add and configure FAQ responses in the builder. Or follow the bulk update method by exporting the utter file. Once the intents, synonyms, and FAQ responses are set up, the fourth step is to create flows. Flows define how the bot interacts with users and guides conversations. You can use pre-built flows to speed up the creation process, customizing them to meet specific needs. Or build flows from scratch by adding nodes in the drag-and-drop interface. These nodes can include APIs, validations, and logical conditions to ensure dynamic and personalized user interactions. The final step is publish and test. Testing ensures the bot is ready for deployment by validating its flows, logic, and responses. Once tested, publish the bot, making it live and accessible across your preferred platforms such as web, mobile apps, or messaging channels. Each step is designed to be user-friendly and efficient, enabling anyone to create and deploy bots with ease. Up next, we'll walk you through a practical example. In the following demo, we'll show you how to create and configure a customer journey for checking account balance. Let's proceed to the demo video. The video begins by demonstrating how to set this up step by step. First, we start on the dashboard, where you can select the project you want to work on. From the side panel, navigate to Studio, then NLU, and click on Intents. The video then shows how to create an intent-named account. In the Bot Builder, an intent is essentially the purpose or action that the customer wants to achieve, such as checking their account balance. To create the intent, we simply name it and define its purpose. Once the intent is created, we proceed to the Entities section. Here, we define entities that act as synonyms or alternate keywords related to the intent. For example, under the account intent, we can include entities such as My Account, ACCBAL, or Check BAL to ensure that no matter how a customer phrases their query, the bot will recognize and trigger the correct intent. After defining the entities, we move to the Utters section under Fulfillment. An utter is the bot's response to the customer and is automatically created when the intent is created. We edit the default utter named account, which was created when we created the intent. For instance, in this case, we'll modify the utter to say, "Please select an option," and add quick replies as buttons that will show the options a customer can choose. We add the title of the button and then its payload, which is a predefined data value sent back to the bot when the button is clicked. This means that the utter named account will be triggered if the customer clicks on the account balance button, ensuring that the response guides the customer appropriately. We save the utter and the system also provides with the confirmation. Next, we move to the Customer Journey section where we start by modifying the default account journey by adding a query node called query_option_selected right after the account utter. This node is crucial for capturing and storing the customer's response from the previous step. For example, if the account utter prompts the customer to select an account option, the query node will store the selected value, which can be referenced later in the flow. With the query node in place, we proceed to add a new utter node by dragging and dropping the component into the flow. This new utter, named utter_ask_name, will serve as the next bot message in the interaction. We then navigate to the Utters Management page, where we edit the content of the new utter. In this case, we write the message "Please enter your name," which will prompt the customer to provide their name. While editing the Utters Management page allows us to customize the bot's responses, ensuring they are clear and appropriate for the next step in the conversation. Once the utter is saved, the next step involves creating a reusable function to handle customer input, specifically for their phone number and OTP, one-time password. To do this, we go to the side panel, click on Studio, then Build, and select Functions. On the Functions page, we create a new function named function_user_details. Functions are powerful tools that allow us to define reusable components, which can be applied across multiple journeys. To edit the function, we start by adding an input node to collect the phone number and OTP. As in the customer journey, we include an utter node named utter_ask_phone_number to display the next message prompting the customer for their phone number. Next, we add a query node named query_ask_phone_number to store the entered phone number and add slot as slot_ask_phone_number. This process is mirrored for the OTP input, where we add the utter node to display the next message and edit it with the name utter_ask_OTP to display the relevant message, and then we drag and drop the query node query_ask_OTP to store the OTP, in which we add the slot name as slot_ask_OTP. Finally, we add an output node to end the function, which is used to specify the final output of the function and ensure any process data is ready for subsequent steps in the journey, and then deploy the flow. Once the function structure is complete, we enhance it by adding validators to ensure the phone number input meets specific criteria. To create validators, we navigate to Studio, then Fulfillment, and select Validators. We click on Create Validator and name it validator_phone_number. In this validator, we add a small Python snippet containing the regular expression, regex, to validate the phone number format. The regex checks if the input adheres to a predefined pattern for valid phone numbers, and additional conditions ensure user intents such as cancellation or retries are handled effectively. If the input doesn't match the required pattern, the condition triggers an invalid message to inform the customer of the error. Once the validator is saved, we click on Build then Function and then we edit the function we created earlier. We add the validator in the query node query_phone number to validate the OTP and the phone number entered by the customer. Next, we go to the utters section from Studio to Fulfillment and then utters to edit the associated utters with the phone number and update the message to please enter your phone number. For the OTP utter, we customize the message to please enter the OTP sent to slot_phone number. The slot, which was created during the function setup, is used here to fetch and display the stored phone number entered by the customer. With this, we can dynamically display the values during the interaction with the customer. Once the utters are modified, we return to the customer journey screen by navigating to the side panel, selecting Studio, then Build, and finally Customer Journeys. To integrate the function into the journey, we drag and drop a function node into the flow. When we drop the function node, it prompts us to select which function to add. From the drop-down menu, we choose the function_user_details. After selecting the function, we connect the function node to the existing query node query_name, ensuring the flow continues smoothly and the customer details are captured before progressing further in the journey. The next step is to retrieve customer details using the phone number. To do this, we go to Studio, then Fulfillment, and select API Management. Here, we create a new API called API_get_account_balance. In this setup, we add the appropriate endpoint and select the method we want to use, such as GET, POST, PUT, etc., from the drop-down menu. We also have the option to bypass the API while testing and enable SSL verification for secure data handling. Additionally, we can add any required parameters for the API request. You can test the API directly within the API management tool to ensure it works as expected. APIs play a crucial role in fetching or sending data in real time, and here we configure the API call to retrieve the account details based on the customer's phone number. Once the API setup is complete, we integrate the API node into the customer journey. To do this, we return to the customer journey page and edit the CJ_account to add the API node, selecting the API_get_user_details that we created earlier. This ensures that the customer's details are retrieved dynamically during the interaction. Following this, we add another utter node named ask_account_number to ask the customer which specific account they would like to check the balance for. Afterward, we add the query node query_account_number to store the value entered by the customer, which will be used in the flow to fetch the relevant account details. Now, we go to the utters sections again to add the content in the account balance utter, where we display the accounts which are fetched from the API we added in the API management. Finally, we add the last utter node, utter_show_balance, to display the customer's account balance. To edit this utter, we go back to the utters management page and customize this utter to deliver a detailed and visually appealing message. Additionally, we enhance the interaction by incorporating an image that displays the balance, making the experience more engaging. In the utters section, we also have the option to add a video URL or a file URL, providing further opportunities to enrich the message and improve customer engagement. With the customer journey fully configured, we move to the configurations section by navigating to the side panel, selecting configurations. Here, we are presented with a list of all the channels we can configure. We click on the web chat configuration to customize the bot's appearance and settings, ensuring it aligns with the business's branding. This includes adjusting the bot's name, logo, color scheme, and font to provide a cohesive look and feel. Additionally, we can enable or disable specific features, such as file uploads, based on the business's needs. There is also an integration option, where we can add a static background from any website to enhance the visual experience. And we can obtain an SDK to integrate the bot with mobile apps. Once all these configurations are made, we save and publish them to ensure that the bot is ready for use across the desired channels. The the final step is testing the bot. This includes verifying that the bot accurately captures inputs, fetches the required details via the API, and displays the account balance correctly. Any issues identified during testing can be addressed before the bot is fully deployed. This concludes the detailed manual demonstration of creating a customized customer journey for checking account balance. For any queries, feel free to contact us.